What's going on, everybody? It is almost June of 2022 and I'm finally getting the race car ready for my first event this year. Stuff just been crazy, so it's taking me a little while to get out on track. If you remember the last event last year, I'll put a tag of that up here. It was at Hyperfest. I got a huge boost leak. Pretty obvious once I found this elbow that burst, which was right there, and the exhaust manifold is right there, and that extra heat shield I already added while I'm waiting for this new elbow to show up. So the fact that this hung in there 5 years, I think 6 seasons before it blew out, it's actually pretty good. So I got a couple other odds and ends. There's my list right there. What we're going to work on now is this one, this Auto-Blip. Now, if you're not sure what an Auto-Blip is, it's a device that you hook to your pedal position sensor if you have a drive-by-wire car, and it automatically rev matches for you on the downshifts because it knows when you're on brake and hit the clutch. I've always heel-toed, but after doing a few events in the Shelby, which already has it, I kind of started to like it, so we're going to be putting one in this car. So here's the unit. You can see you can play with the duration and the delay. And what I'm going to do is mount it right about here. So that way while I'm on track, when I'm on track, I can just, fine tune it if I need to, depending on whatever the situation needs. I guess most people, because I already took the back off of it, because there's no real good way to mount these. This is what the back is. Like, there's no extra tabs or screw holes or anything. So what I'm going to do is kind of, model this 3D print one with some extra tabs to mount to where I just showed you in the race car. Alright guys, so here's my model. And you can see we got that little tiny raised bit. Everything should be dimensionally accurate, and then just adding the flange to go to the car. So, and here's the initial, actually the only sketch that I made to do all my extrusions from that paper that I made a little bit earlier. So at this point, easy enough to export. Bring up Cura. And with a 0.6 nozzle, I print stuff a little bit quicker because I don't need super fine detail. So I can print it a little bit faster and a little bit thicker. Alright, so once I did all of my settings, we're going to be printing it with a standard PLA Plus, nothing special. Should take just over an hour to print. Alright, so now it's going to warm up, and once it gets up to temperature, it'll start. And we're there. There it goes. Alright, so print is started. I'll come back in a little over an hour. I'll go do some other projects I got going on and finish this one up. Alright, so the print finished. Looks pretty good. Pop it off. Alright, so here's our Auto-Blip. And that little recession. There you go. Look how nice and flush that is. A little bit of an extension to mount to the car. Let's see. Holes, a little hard to see, but they should line up. Let's put some screws in it. All right, holes line up real good. I think maybe only slight change if I printed another one, put a slightly deeper countersink on it, but this isn't sitting flush against anything, so it's raised, I don't know, 0.1 of an inch, but yeah, not going to worry about that at all. So let's go ahead and get this mounted and get it wired up. Alright guys, so I spared you the super fun time I had wiring this thing. Taking me back to my good old days when I used to work on cars more often. So as you can see, we're all installed. Everything's off at the moment. The instructions were, easy enough to follow. You do have to kind of figure out like which ones are which. They have install guides for some specific cars, but this being a 3.5 EcoBoost swap with a control pack and just all different wiring, I just kind of had to back probe stuff to make sure I was getting into the correct wires. So nothing too difficult, just a little bit time consuming to figure all that out. So again, back up here, let's get one change I did from the directions was I put it on a switched 12 volt so you can see the light come on. And then I'm going to hit the brake pedal, and then if I hit the clutch, and then you see the little blip go whenever I hit the clutch. Now you can sit here and play with these. Let's see, let's go this way. This one's going to take a while. And you might be able to hear the throttle body open. So not sure if that pops up, but I gotta sit here and play with it. But what's kind of cool is, I can kind of just, while I'm on track, if I need to make any adjustments, once I get it kind of where I like it, I probably will hardly ever touch it. So, but yeah, happy with this so far. Unfortunately, being a race car, won't be able to try it out till I get on track. But hopefully that's pretty soon. There it is. All the information's right on the box. Like I said, I was always kind of on the fence about these things because I used to always heel and toe. But since one was already in the Shelby, I kind of actually started to like it. So anyways, that's where we're going to wrap this one up. This was a fun little project. A little bit 3D modeling, a little bit of 3D printing, some wiring to end up with something that should be useful and allow me to go a little bit quicker in the race car. So if you like this one, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.